Well, again, like story, this confusion about what it all is, and you said it best, it's everything. Connection, if I didn't know someone and I met them at the table, and I'm waiting for that guy, but I met this guy, I now have someone I am rooting for.
Absolutely.
Or, man, this guy, I don't like him one bit. I now have someone I'm rooting against. It's the same thing when today, wrestling, and I've seen this at the Nightmare Factory, I'm sure you've seen this, everyone can do everything, it seems like.
Sure.
Oh, what move?
And they're just getting better and better.
The athletics, were better athletes, better skills, the high spots are through the roof. But when I say something, I never mean it in that heavy-handed, like, well, how's your promo? But to me, I always tell the kids at the factory, I said, that's the ticket to a career now.
Yes.
If you can talk in a way, not a fake sales pitch, if you can talk in a way that they are interested. I like him.
Yep.
That like classic old school booker, name him, whoever it was, that's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah, like, this one does some cool stuff too, but that's my guy. There's a connection to it. And I feel like that's something that has been very hard to say. And you know how everything is so polarizing now. You're either on one side of the fence. Yes. It's crazy when you sit in the middle and like, no, this is like Javon. Javon right now has got a reinventive style.
Right.
But getting to know Javon makes you even more excited about the reinvented style. Getting to know Javon gets you more excited about the dumb thing he's going to do because now you have I hope he hits it.
Yep.
I hope versus, again, indulgence and just doing it for the sake of doing it. I feel very on a high horse over all this, and I'm not trying to be. But, because like the old time guys are like, well, it's not about the 5 stars. They make it so contentious right out of the gate. It's not. It's everything. If that makes any sense.
I tell people on the indies all the time when they ask me for advice. Like I say, like Hogan Rock WrestleMania 18, one of my favorite matches of all time, if not, arguably one of the greatest. If you just took 2 random indie wrestlers to do that match move for move, it would suck because it's not about the moves.
Yeah,
it's about the connection those guys had with the audience, the story that match was telling. It's not moves are great. Yeah. It's so much more than just moves, and people might hate me for saying that. Maybe I don't have so many moves. But.
I heard somebody say, well, if you watch it with the sound off, it's not any good. And I wanted to be like, and excuse my language, who the f is watching it with the sound off? You know what I'm saying? Talking about the face of the indies, you having stayed a bit longer than I thought, do you have someone that you're looking at right now? I have one that I just found.
Okay.
I don't know enough.
All right. Well, can I say mine?
Yes,
okay,
go ahead.
So
You're our guest.
I have 2.
Yeah.
And I've seen these guys all over the place, and I think effort is very important to me.
Huge.
Who is trying?
Effort shaming, bro.
Yeah. Well, who's trying on social media?
Tommy Invincible.
Well, Tommy Invincible's great, but that's not one of my picks.
Okay, that's not your pick.
Because I feel like, and I would say this to guys and girls in the news all the time.
Yeah.
Too, if you want to put your phone away for the week, WWE is going to post about you. Netflix, WWE Shop, ESPN, blah blah blah. Wheatley, right? If when I was on the Indies, I didn't post about me, who's going to do it?
Sure.
So I would say Ben Bishop and Richard Holiday are my 2 guys.
Okay, Richard Holiday.
Who post a lot, who advance their stories, who will do the cell phone promo that nobody wants to do, right? Can you send me this promo? No one wants to do that, but you have to.
So both those guys,
yes.
Ben
Bishop
and Richard Holiday.
Richard Holiday are my 2 guys. There's many other guys and girls out there.
Yeah.
But they're the 2 that come to mind.
It was actually Andrew Schultz when I was doing Street Fighters, the one who told me about Tommy Invincible.
Okay.
And I watched him, who clearly looks like he's stolen a lot of your playbook.
Well, I love Tommy.
I need to look at these 2 guys. Here's my question for you though. Are you selling to guys? I don't know enough.
Sure.
I've gone full corporate.
Sure.
I'm in my own bubble now.
Sure.
Like I'll even put my glasses on for it.
Put it on.
So
Corporate Cody.
Here I am. Are they good though? Like are they good in terms of, because I think the moves do matter a little bit.
I think they're good. I think they're perfect WWE superstars.
Okay. Does that mean though, I don't want to see a rear chin lock in 2026?
You don't like holds, right?
I love a hold because the point of a hold is not to rest.
Right.
When I hear like
the rest hold.
When I hear like a 20-year-old like, oh, he's got him in a rest hold. Or I heard Matt Cox earlier say that Bobby Eaton no-sold something. And I said, let's stop.
Yeah.
Bobby Eaton never did anything wrong in his life. He's Bobby Eaton. But the point of a hold is so that the crowd catches up.
Sure.
and
digest everything,
everything, and starts to come for the person that they want to, are the point of a hold is to hang on to that heat. Nah, that's not happening for your guy yet. To get the crowd, because they are the other man in the ring.
Absolutely, 100%.
The other person in the ring to get by. That's the point of a hold. However, in the 90s, some of my heroes ruined holds by throwing on that rear chin and just looking out. Look at her.
Yeah.
Turn this way. Look at that chick. So that's a Nightmare Factory rule, no rear chins, unless you're over 50 is the joke.
Okay.
And we have one guy who's over 50.
Okay.
He puts it on.
Yeah. But fine.
There's a cravat isn't that much different.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not a big cravat guy.
Yeah,
it's hard to put on the cravat.
What was I asking you about? And they've gone into this rest hold.
Are they good, you said?
Are they good?
I think so.
All right.
I've wrestled them both.
Okay.
Yeah.
And their future, you think, are you helpful to those? It's hard to be in the position you're in and the position you're in now. It's hard when you see people you want to help.
Yep.
They need to help themselves first.
Sure.
But do you feel you're helpful as a buddy, or is it, hey?
Anytime someone asks for advice, I give it. Or if there's something I can do, I give it. The one piece of advice I give everybody is it's easy, but the advice is easy.
Yeah.
Don't quit.
Of course.
You might make it if you don't quit. You definitely won't make it if you do. And that's the advice that I would tell myself every day in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, these past five and a half years.
Yeah. Did you ever verbally say it? Don't quit?
Don't quit.
That's a strong image, man. Thinking of what you were doing.
Because there were so many times I'm thinking, like, what else do I have to do?
Yeah.
To get back here? Like, I was with SDL for a while, Steph DeLander.
Yeah.
Remember her? And I would call her up.
She came to a meet and greet with Stardust one time, right?
I think she did.
Yeah.
He's great. But when Chelsea left, I knew I needed a new valet. And I'm like, okay, let me get someone different from my wife, a heater, someone who's tall, who can beat somebody up. And at one point, I'm like, you need to get away from me because you're not getting a WWE with me. Like, I'm like, stay away. Because I'm like, I'm not getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you consider yourself toxic.
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I was like, if I'm not getting back now, I ain't getting back. So get away from me because I'm not your meal ticket.
They don't really make them like you anymore in a sense that there are a few left. And I'm not saying it's cyclical, the industry. So things come back and policy change and protocol change. But you coined a term to me one time that I loved. You said, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go tan. I'm going to be there early. I'm going to be well dressed.
Yep.
I'm not going to leave at the middle of the show. God forbid, I'm not going to leave at the beginning of the show. I watched the other day. I watched the walk right by me. Yeah. Where are you going? What if someone gets hurt?
At least sneak out.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm almost not mad at you leaving early. Yeah. You're blatantly doing it. Bags by Gorilla while the last two matches go in, that's a classic.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah,
I'm still here.
Yeah.
But I won't be, right?
Yeah.
You know,
but just making room in the locker room.
Just right in front of me. And then you ask, like, why are the same guys on WrestleMania? I'll tell you why. That's part of it. Anyways, where were we on? I said, no, but all these things, when I brought them up to you, you're like, that's crazy. That's crazy that such and such doesn't want to do that appearance. That's crazy that.
Yeah, before I came back, you were telling me some things. Like, people like say no to things.
I couldn't.
Like,
well, it's just a different. And again, everyone has to adjust.
Sure.
Different
era.
Creature comforts, different era. I'm not right, but I think the way I was trained and brought up, I value that more. Like, it's cool to put in effort. I'm not going to wear sweatpants on a run-in.
Right.
You know, which I might have worn sweatpants on a run.
They probably had the logo on it.
Of course, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
branding.
Yeah, like and I thought about that. And now that you're plugged into the system, do you feel a responsibility to be more of that? Or are you trying to adjust to what WWE is now?
No, I'm definitely going to be myself and control what I can control. I mean, it's been said to death, but that's all we can really do at this point, right? Especially someone like me. You come in here, like I knew coming back to WWE, like I cannot hit a home run if I'm not in the game.
Yeah.
If I'm not even on the team. I just need to get back because I can't, like I said, I can't be WWE champion if I'm not in WWE.
Sure.
So now that I'm here, I'm going to do whatever I can.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, let's say 1 week I'm not doing much, I'm still going to show up like I'm in the main event.
Sure.
Dressed to impress, so to speak.
Yeah.
Have brand new gear or nice looking gear.
Yeah.
Good physique, good tan. Control what I can control. That's it.
Bobby Roode and I would talk about you. Shout out to Bobby Roode, by the way, because he was watching you do your run-in practice. And we were giggling. He was always saying, like, he's always ready.
Yeah.
Cena too. Like, he's in shape, and that became a thing. I went on a rant one time. We went off the circle it too long with LA Knight about, well, how do you feel about guys who don't go to the gym? and we had strong feelings about it.
Let's not talk. I mean,
But then I realized I'm like, it is a different era.
Yeah.
It really is. And I want to kind of know, like, okay, what's the new thing? Like, why not? Is it because you've seen this, or
Sure.
I don't know, or is it you do it but you don't want people to know? Because I think a problem with you and I, as we speak, is we're letting everyone know. Oh, here's all the things I did. Here's all the things, and I think that's kind of nerdy in its own self.
Yes,
like we get
yes.
it, bro.
Yeah,
You know, like
yes.
I had my story time stamped yesterday.
I saw.
See, I was in 2 different cities,
saw that.
guys.
I was like, oh man.
So, but that's
You got to do that.
that's my generation of, hey, not everyone knows what you're doing. Always make
I hate
it clear.
this saying, but perception is reality.
Right.
It really is. If you carry yourself like a star, you're perceived to be a star.
I think one of the coolest things about sitting with you in this moment, I've just kind of been uncovering it, is we're always looking for who we are, right? Like, you know, the glasses are funny or whatever. Like, you know, I'll try things here and there. We're always looking for who we are. And I remember Chris Van Vliet, of all people, one time asked me, are you always in character? And the way he said it, it almost hurt me because I couldn't tell. It's like, man, maybe I just can't ever escape the idea of talking about a wrestling match or thinking about, will this lean into a wrestling match? Will this help us sell tickets? To this day, it's like a haunting question. But one of the things I got out of that moment was, I think I'm more than ever aware of who I am. I haven't fully discovered it, but I think I'm aware of who I am. The coolest thing about sitting here with you now is you're explaining the process, but I don't think you need the process anymore because it seems like you know who you are. Like, you're saying all these things for hey, dress for success.
Right.
Perception is reality. You're saying all the things we were brought up on, but I don't think you realize it's just who you are now.
Yeah, I definitely think it's
like, it's not performative
It's
anymore.
not. Right. Like,
Sure. You came here and this is you now.
Right.
Dude, that's
like going to the gym later after this. Like, it's part of the day.
It's part of the job.
It's like going to the bathroom, going to the gym.
And you're saying it now, so you're,
I mean, but that's it.
No, but it's real. And I think a lot of people will say stuff to me talking about, I remember this was a problem I had when I was away from WWE. They're like, oh, you're always trying to look better than everybody. And I never meant it that way.
Yes.
No, this feels like me.
Well, the best version of yourself.
Right.
It's not your fault that someone's not,
I don't
dressing, a certain way.
Again, like, mediocrity loves company.
Right.
And what's so strange about saying, like, Timothy Chalamet was on this podcast and he's famous for the pursuit of excellence.
Yes.
Like, it's not strange to pursue excellence. And I feel like, I hope people know when they see you that it's just you now. Like, yes, we keep track of it. And that's part of the daily life of a wrestler who grew up in our era of OVW and Deep South. And in our era of that was all about, we got to do all these things. But now they're who we are. And I think if anything, I have thought it gave me an edge over the competition, because when I put stuff out about, hey, here's all I did, or here's what I'm doing today, here's what I'm doing tomorrow, part of it is a little bit of a middle finger to the others.
It should be. It should light a fire up.
Part of it is a little bit of, hey, this is a lonely position, but if you wanted it, right? Come and get it.
Yep.
And like Cena was like that, and it's weird that we didn't see it. But we did see it, and it's just a great model.